All right, so what's up, guys? I'm back, and yeah. So today, basically, I'm gonna give you guys my top five stock picks to hold forever, pretty much, and to keep investing into for a long time, as well as give you some information about it and tell you exactly why I believe that you should hold it for the long term. Okay, so we're gonna start with the number one. All right, so it comes off as no surprise that Apple is my number one pick to keep investing into for the long term and to hold for the long term, because this stock is just a winner. I mean, just think about it. Apple, a giant tech company. They unveil a new iPhone almost every single year. A lot of people use iPhones. Younger people use a lot of iPhones. You're looked at like maybe as a weirdo if you don't use the iPhone. So that's the whole stigma that they have. And they come out with new designs, new technologies all the time. They have the AirPods. They have the Apple Watch. They come out with different things. They have the MacBook, just to have a variety of things. So as much there's nothing that I can really explain to you guys, more than that as their entire company. So this is just a brief explanation of why I think. I'm not going to go into super deep depth about each stock right now because that video would take forever. But this is just my picks for a long term investment, especially right now in 2020. Okay, so Apple, as you can see, the stock price is, $268.37, and it's actually been decreasing a lot throughout today. So I would suggest if anybody's looking into purchasing Apple, I would do it this week because the stock market is going down quite a lot, especially this week. So it is at 268. It was like at 280, I believe, earlier last week or around last week. So it has gone down a little bit, and it's almost reaching the price that I got it for the first time. I think mine when I purchased it, it was around 264. So it's almost there to when I purchased it. So I would suggest if you're looking into it to definitely get into it because Apple's going to be around for a very long time. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get into why I believe that Apple is a stock that you should definitely hold on to and invest into for the long term. Okay. So we're going to start with, just really something very simple and brief. I'm not going to go into explicit detail in this video. Just kind of give you guys my opinion. So we're going to go down to the EPS, or the earnings per share. I did make a video about that recently. So as you can see, Apple's earnings per share is basically 12.6%. That's pretty high. As like in the last video I made, basically earnings per share for some companies can actually go into the negatives, and most companies are really around like 2 to 3. So Apple's earnings per share is really high. So that means that that they're a stable company. They bring in a lot of revenue, obviously, as well. Because you do basically get earnings per share by dividing the net income divided by basically the outstanding shares that a company has. They're bringing in a lot of revenue for their company, and they are a very stable company. In fact, so as you can look at that by the earnings per share, that's just something that can automatically help you know. So we could go down and look at they do pay a dividends. We can go down and look at their dividends, their payout ratio. We can go down and look at their payout ratio for their dividends, and their payout ratio is 24.33%, and that is really good. So that means they're not using all of their revenue to pay out shareholders their dividends, because I did tell you that you want to be under 100%. You don't want to be too close to 100, so maybe around 60%. So they are really good with that. So that means they're not using everything they're making to pay out people in dividends. They do have dividends as well. I'm sure you know that by now if we're looking at the payout ratio. Okay. All right. So we're going to look at the chart as well. And I don't like looking at the chart on Fidelity. I feel like it's not the best to me. So I'm going to go to my Webull account. Yes, I do have a Webull account. And we're going to look at basically their chart. Hey guys, so I'm on Webull and we're looking at the Apple chart, okay? So as you can see, I have it on max right here. So that's just the how the chart, how they've been doing since inception. So I do have it on a max chart, and you can just see their growth throughout the years, and it's been really great. So just been skyrocketing throughout the years. They always have a higher peak, okay? So that's how you can know that a company is set to grow for the long term, by just looking at what they've been in the past and just looking at how they're growing through the charts. Okay, so you can look at the max, you can even look at the 5-year chart as well, so you can see that they've actually been growing steadily and getting higher and higher. Okay, it's not too many peaks, as you can see you know, and they always have a higher price. They're always at a higher price than they were before. So this is definitely an easy way to tell if a company is something that you want to invest into for the long run. You don't want things that's dipping every time. Or if you look at their 5-year chart, they haven't had that peak since 2016. Okay, so all right, guys, so I'm back on my Fidelity, and my second pick is Realty Income, and the ticker symbol for Realty Income is O, okay? So you just have to type in O, and it should come out, and you can see Realty Income. So as you can see, Realty Income basically is just it's basically a REIT, which is just an accumulation of over 6,400 real estate properties owned under them and with the lease agreement with the commercial tenants, okay? So basically why I like this REIT and why I like this company right here is just because, you know, they, you know, even though they're a REIT and, you know, REITs usually do have high dividends yield, and they, you know, promise to pay you a good amount of dividends. I like this company just because of their growth and how they've been looking throughout the years. Okay, so as you can see right here, I'm looking at the company's profile. You can see that to this date that the company has declared around 596 consecutive common stock monthly dividends throughout its 51 years operating history, and increased the dividends 105 times. Okay, so Realty Income is great with their dividends, and their growth also is to match. I mean, they don't have too many peaks in their chart. They're not, their highest peak isn't back in 2015. No, they grow every year, as I'm going to show you guys real soon. Okay, and they do pay you dividends every single month. Okay, so they pay me dividends every single month. Okay, so you know, it's a great company to invest into, especially for the long term, especially if you want to get dividends. All right, so this right here is showing you right now that it's been paying its dividends 596 consecutive time, month after month for 51 51 plus years. Okay, so as you know, this is definitely a great stock right here that I believe everybody should hold for the long term. Okay, so before you do that, I want you guys to look into it yourself and just see exactly what you're getting into. So I'm just giving you guys my opinion. All right, so I am on my Webull right now, and we're gonna look at the Realty Income chart. Okay, so the ticket symbol again is O, and here it is. And you can look at their chart. Okay, so this is their 5-year chart, and you can see that they've actually grown. You know, pretty much they've had a little decrease here and there, but look, their highest peak wasn't in 2016. You know, their highest peak has been in 2019. Look at that, and they've just been growing since. So as you can see, their chart isn't on a free fall, isn't on a downfall. They've actually been growing, so they're a stable company. You know, as we're looking at year after year after year after year after year. Okay, so they always have a new peak. So look at this right here. I'm looking at their max chart, and that's just a quick way to show you. Look at just how the chart is going. Look at how the company is going. Okay, the company is going up, right? The chart is going up, so it's going to continue to go up. Okay, so this is something that you want to invest into for the long term. You don't want to invest into something that is going down in your long term portfolio. No, you don't. Okay, so this is Realty Income, my second pick, and I'm gonna get into my third. Okay, so I'm back on my Fidelity, and my third pick is actually not a stock per se. It's a mutual fund, and this mutual fund right here to me is one of the best things you can actually invest into. All right, so this mutual fund is just great. Their trajectory is just awesome to me. It's in the category of health. You see 5 out of 5 stars. Look at the price right here. So again, we already discussed what a mutual fund is. You already know, basically just a portfolio of holdings that mutual fund is for. So this is a health mutual fund. So it's holding the health sector stocks in their portfolio. Okay, so you can see this. It has 96 holdings, and I just like this because it's a growth mutual fund, and it's just it's just the best, honestly. I look at I look at how how high they can go, and just look at basically their their hypothetical chart of how I looked at their hypothetical chart of how $10,000 would grow in 10 years. Okay, so if you would invest $10,000 in 2010, you would have $49,000 right now. Okay, so I looked at it on their chart, and I guess I could show you guys right here real quick how that looks. I don't think it's going to take me anywhere too crazy. Here we go. So you can see their overall rating is a 5, like I told you. Look at their average annual returns. 1 year, look at that, 5%. 3 years, 11.5%. 5 years, 5.8%. 5.82%. 10 years, 15.91%. Look at all this. All right. So the expense ratio is a little high, but that just means for every $1,000 you invest, they take away $7.10, which is nothing if you do the math. Okay. So look at this. Look at their look at their hypothetical growth of $10,000. Okay, so as of 2010, if you would have put $10,000 in 2010, right now, so not right now, but in March 31st, 2020, you would have $43,000. Okay, so if you go back, I'm gonna go back to, let's say, their peak, which was, I believe, look at that, look at that. December, right? So if you would just have it to December 2019, you would have $49,000 with your initial investment of $10,000, 10 years. Okay. And look at that, 49,000. So I don't even have to tell you anything else. Just know this is one of the best mutual funds there is. And I'm helping you guys out a lot. So in my comment section, just kind of say, thank you so much, Tom. Just say, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all you got to say. Just thanks, thanks, thanks. Because I'm giving you guys something for the long-term investment. Everybody's looking to flip this, flip that. That's good. But right now, I'm talking to you about something for the long term. So I don't have to say more. I don't even have to explain myself anymore. This stock is definitely, this mutual fund is definitely a buy, okay? So that's my third pick, and I'm getting out of here. So I am back on my Fidelity again, and we're looking at my number 4 pick, which is PepsiCo, okay? PepsiCo. This is a stock that I just, for some, like, recently I've looked into it, and I'm just like, oh, this is definitely a great company. So as you can look at, I'm just going to give you just what I think of it real brief. Okay, so PepsiCo is trading around $130.94. It's actually been going down a little bit today. So I feel like it's a good opportunity to jump in for sure. PepsiCo didn't really get hit too hard by, whatever's going on in the economy right now. So we're going to go into my Robinhood real quick just to get a better look at some things that they own. Okay, so here we go. So I'm in my Robinhood. I'm just searching up Pepsi. Okay. All right. So the ticker symbol is PEP. If I didn't tell you guys before. So as you can see, I'm gonna scroll down and we're gonna look at, basically it's just not Pepsi. They just don't have just Pepsi. Pepsi is their number one brand, but they just don't have Pepsi. Okay, so they actually have a lot of things they actually own a lot of things. Okay. All right. So as you can see, they have a distribution and a sell of beverages, food, and snacks. Okay. Okay, so it's a food and beverage company with a complementary portfolio of brands, including Frito-Lay's, Gatorade, Pepsi, Cola, Quaker, Tropicana. Oh my, look, Tropicana, everybody drinks Tropicana. Everybody drinks Gatorade, okay? With this, it operates through the following business segments: Frito-Lay's, Quaker Foods, and sell snack foods under the Lay's, Doritos, Cheetos, Tostitos, Fritos, Ruffles, and Tina's brand. Look at all this that they have. They even... and they finish goods under various beverage brands such as Pepsi, Gatorade, Mountain Dew, Diet Pepsi, Aquafina, Diet Mountain Dew, Tropicana, Pure Sierra Mist. Look at all this, all of these things that they own. Look at how much. And I heard they're actually allocating a new like a new company or something like that. But right now I'm just giving you guys a brief explanation. So we can actually look at their 5-year chart too as well. And you can see their growth as well. So look at that. Look, it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even have, they have little peaks, little dips. Right here would have been a perfect time to get into it, which is 2018. And even then, I mean, it got to like 101, like I told you, for this, whatever is going. So it didn't even get as low as it got in 2018. So that goes to show you the strength of this stock. Okay, so this is my number 4 pick. Okay, so look at that growth. And just to make sure, I want you guys to see, we can look at it on Webull as well, just in case you guys want to see what it looks like on Webull. All right, so here we go. And we can look at their max chart. Look at that. Look at their growth. So you want to invest into something that's going up, not going down. So PepsiCo is definitely a long-term hold, man. The dividends payout ratio, the dividends pay rate is amazing. It's good, okay? And what they own under is not going away soon. My dad loves Fritos. Spam in the comment section. W's, 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 okay? So perfect. All right, so that's number 4. We're looking into my last but not least, which is, you guessed it, Microsoft, okay? So we're going to go into my Fidelity real quick. I know it's a lot, just going back and forth with you guys, just keep you guys a little on your feet, okay? So we're going into my Microsoft, typing in at the search, okay? So We're looking at micro. Where you at? Micro. There we go. Come on, you had almost tapped in the whole thing. So Microsoft is another great company in my eyes, another great stock. They're innovative as so much. When you're looking for a job, they always want to make sure, especially if you're doing some kind of administrative assistant or if you're doing some kind of desk job, they always want to make sure that, you can use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, all that stuff, Microsoft Suite or Suite or whatever it's called. You can do all of that, okay? So Microsoft is definitely something that's going to be here for a very long time. So this is definitely something that you want to invest into. Trust me, okay? It's a great company. They're going into cloud computing, just like Amazon, just like Google. They have Azure, right? Azure. Some people like Azure more than AWS, okay? So that's, they're doing a lot right now. They have a dividend rate of 51 cents every time they pay you. I don't know if that's quarterly or what. You can see their EPS is 5.4, so not as good as Apple, but it's still really high as well, okay? So it's a great company, great stock, and they're here for the long run, all right? So, yep. Basically, their payout ratio is 35%, definitely under 100. So we're good there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They did take a little dip because of they took a dip before that. So they didn't even get to their 52-week low because of whatever's going on now. They took a dip in 2019. Okay, so they didn't even get hit as hard they didn't even get hit as hard for whatever's going on in the economy right now. Okay, whatever's going on out in life, all the terrible things, but they didn't get hit that hard. Okay, so basically, this is just a company that can withstand a lot of things. All right, so all right, so I just let you guys in on my top 5 stock choices. That has some mutual funds in there as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you take notes and you really start getting serious about investing and taking care of your future, grabbing your future by the throat. Hope you guys really enjoyed everything. So I might have stumbled and fumbled a couple of words, but that's what happens, when you're talking about things that are important. You know what I'm saying? So don't focus on my stumbling and bumbling. Just listen to what I'm saying, see the truth in what I'm saying, and invest wisely. And those are my top 5 for 2020, okay, guys? Top 5 for life, not just 2020, for life. So look into it, get into it now. I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it because I'm already into it. All right, you guys, peace. I'll see you guys another day.